Trees provide all of us with immeasurable benefits: shade, reductions in energy costs, improved respiratory health, to name a few. Trees also have an impact on our community and our individual well-being. These members of our community work hard for us, but they face many challenges in our urban environments. With a small investment of time and energy, we can help these hardworking trees live a long, healthy life. Before we start our work today, we'll want to gather up our tools and equipment. Here are some of the tools you'll need for tree stewardship. You'll find a printable checklist of tree stewardship tools on the Healthy Trees, Healthy Cities website. To be as thorough as possible in determining how to meet the needs of these trees, we will evaluate the tree from ground to crown, starting at the roots and moving up the tree. Start by checking the base of the tree. Wearing gloves, remove any trash or debris and put it in contractor-grade bags, which are less likely to tear from sharp objects. Remove pet waste with a small shovel, along with any weeds or woody debris, and put them in a lawn and leaf bag. Now that everything has been cleared away, with only the soil exposed, we can take some steps to protect the roots of the tree. First, add a thin layer of topsoil over any young exposed roots. Next, add a layer of mulch over the soil. Don't cover the root flare, the part of the tree where the trunk flares out to meet the roots. Avoid mulch volcanoes, where mulch is piled up against the trunk of the tree. This can cause the bark to rot, which will lead to the tree's internal decay. Consider planting some plants around the base of the tree or adding a small tree fence. Not only do these flowers and fences beautify the tree pit, they also deter pets from visiting these trees. Moving upward, look closely at the bark for cracks or fissures. You may find torn bark at the base of the tree, possibly from lawnmowers or string trimmers. Car doors can also damage the bark. There are several ways to prevent lawn care equipment or car doors from hitting trees. A layer of mulch around the base of the tree guards around the base of a young tree, and tree stakes placed on the outside of the mulch layer. While examining the trunk, look for low branches called suckers, which sprout when the tree is stressed. Carefully remove these suckers using hand pruners or loppers, depending on their size. Now, remove any invasive vines that have grown up around the tree. These vines can strangle limbs and prevent leaf growth, impeding the tree's ability to photosynthesize. When removing these vines, remove the entire plant whenever possible, pulling the vine down from the crown and up from its roots. Avoid handling vines and plants that cause allergic reactions, like poison ivy. As a tree gets older, it may develop a lien, so consider corrective staking. To correct a lien, anchor a tree stake in the ground using a stake pounder at an angle that is equal to and opposite from the angle of the leaning tree. Next, use webbed roping to tightly secure the tree to the tree stake. The tension in this tie will slowly pull the tree upright. Even if a tree doesn't have a lien, it may still need to be staked for stability. To do this, anchor 2 6-foot stakes into the ground on opposite sides of the tree at a 45-degree angle. Then tie the webbed roping to these stakes. Check yearly to ensure that the webbed rope is taut and doesn't interfere with the tree's growth. If your tree no longer needs the stakes, or if they are impeding the tree's growth, carefully remove and discard them. If ropes or ties have grown into the tree, leave the embedded pieces and remove as much around the tree as possible. Now that we've addressed the issues at the base of the tree, evaluate the crown of the tree for any pruning needs. Keep in mind, newly planted trees should not be heavily pruned. Removing dead or broken twigs and branches and addressing minor structural issues will greatly benefit the tree, but improper pruning can permanently injure the tree or lead to structural failure. For major tree pruning, consult a tree care professional, such as a licensed arborist, for assistance. In the forest, trees can rely on groundwater during dry spells, but in the city, pavement can limit a tree's access to water, and highly porous soils inhibit the tree's ability to retain it. Plus, cities are naturally hotter than rural landscapes, increasing the rate of evapotranspiration, the release of water from tree leaves. Give a newly planted tree about 10 gallons of water 2 to 3 times a week for the first 3 years after it's planted. Hold off watering when the ground is frozen, and resume the same watering schedule in the spring. Don't forget to water your tree even when it rains. We've shown you simple things you can do to help ensure trees of all ages and sizes can safely grow and flourish in your community. Join others in promoting a culture of stewardship by joining a local Adopt a Tree program, taking part in a street tree inventory, or getting involved in tree health monitoring in your neighborhood. A few minutes out of your week will protect your community's canopy for generations to come.